even if it is.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these dreams I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seeds as I spread, with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Okay, just put it on the screen there. Hey Kai, how you going? Deb, how you going? Out to lunch, how you going? Janelle, how you going? Black Hat Music, how you going? Who else have we got in here? We got Alex. Did I say hello, Alex? Always ask that. Who else have we got in here? I can't see it properly. Sherry, how you going? Rolf, how you going? Who else have we got? Lucette, did I say hello? You're highlighted in blue. It's hard for me to see. Carl Anthony, how you going? Oh, Taz, how you going? Okay. Right. And Menacing Muskrat, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I can't see. Holy cow. Oh, there you are. Oh, dear. Okay. Let's get into some news. By the way, I overproofed my sourdough bread. This is how you learn. Made a huge mistake. It was ready last night. I went to bed. Anyway, James Woods said these wonderful people just sent Jasmine Crockett and Al Green packing, Supreme Court. So they've just sent them both packing, have they? Just because someone's committed a crime doesn't make them a criminal, says Jasmine Crockett. Oh, I wonder what happened. Like, more detail. I know she's been busted. Yeah, she's next. Ilhan Omar. Let's hope. Thriller the Gorilla said unpopular opinion, but at this point I'm willing to pay more money for appliances with zero smart stuff and just knobs and buttons for everything. Look, I share these because I'm glad I'm not the only person who feels this way. In fact, I'm going to repost that because I don't want I hate these new washing machines, right? That you cannot control how long you wash clothes for. Or the temperature, really. Or the height. I don't know. They're very strange. I'm just trying to get used to my daughter's washing machine, okay? The dryer is the same. You don't just turn a knob to however many minutes you want on the dryer. It apparently does it itself, and when it's finished, your clothes are still wet. Like, what is going on with these appliances? They're bloody terrible. Okay, anyway, clandestine. Oh, Candace Owens. Okay, she's now getting death threats, allegedly. She had a phone call from Trump, allegedly, like a couple of months ago in response to her outing the Macrons. Okay, like we all didn't kind of look at Brigitte Macron like, what is that? Anyway, but if it's a woman, it's a very ugly woman, but that's all I'm going to say about that. But a lot of people do believe she's a man, right? But anyway, she said that Trump rang her and said that to stop investigating because he's trying to broker a peace deal. No proof, okay? Never any proof. That's all I'm saying. Never any proof of anything she claims. So I'm really not going to take this too seriously that she's been threatened. Clandestine said Candace Owens is a pathological liar who's making a fortune grifting off millions of you. Her grift is simple. Make wild and dramatic accusations, which we all do sometimes, but we don't claim to be reporters or have proof. Say proof is coming in the next episode, which we don't do. Make new accusations without ever showing any proof. Well, we try and show as much as we can. Say proof is coming in the next episode and repeat. She's been doing the same thing over and over again. No matter how many times she rug pulls you idiots, you still listen to what she has to say. And many in the influencer class amplify her stupidity as if it's gospel. Benny Johnson did a video this morning and I'm like, where's your head at, mate? Like, are you vetting anything? Seriously. The madness has to stop. We can't allow the Candace Owens of the world to continue to lead the people astray. We have to loudly reject the insanity and we must promote the influencers who provide a better example for the people. Well, I'm not an influencer. I'm just someone reading news and giving my opinion on it, pretty much. And it might happen to be conspiratorial at times, a lot of times. But I say, well, I don't know if my disclaimer at the beginning actually played, but I normally say everyone who's mentioned here is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and everything I say is theory until proven fact, even if it is fact. Okay? Alexandria Marshall said, when was the last time you heard Sky News, The Guardian, ABC, The Australian, The Telegraph or The Herald asked a politician, so are you propping up mass migration and ruining Australia's cultural fabric to help keep your developer friends rich? The developers who help fund your party and your private property portfolios? Yeah, not one of them. Not even Sky News Australia. None of them. Don't trust them, guys. That's where I'm at. I don't trust anyone but myself. Oh, dear. How you going, Cassandra and J1? Good to see you. Anyone else joined? Just got to check. I can't tell. Cooper. Yep, Cooper, how you going? I think that's... Yep, okay, let's keep going. MJ Truth Ultra said, and there it is. This guy came out of nowhere. He was at 1359 and then he went up to 17. And I said, that's interesting. Drop a frog if you know. Okay, something's going on with Ma'am Dami and Trump.
Really succeed. We're going to be helping him, but he's different than your average candidate. He came out of nowhere. I said he has a great campaign manager standing over there. He came out of He came out of nowhere. What'd you start off at 1 or 2? And then I watched. I said, who is this guy? He was at 1, then he was at 3, then he was at 5, then he was at 9. Then he went up to 17. I said, that's getting a little bit interesting, right? And then all of a sudden he wins a primary that nobody expected he was going to win. It's a great tribute. I mean, it's an amazing thing that he did. Really succeeded.
Okay, and MJ Truth Ultra said, this is so weird, lol. Mamdani is asked about calling Trump a fascist. Trump cuts in, that's okay, you can just say yes, it's easier than explaining, I don't mind. What is going on?
I want to ask the mayor-elect about a House resolution. It just passed overwhelmingly to condemn socialism, including with 86 Democrats, all of House Dem leadership, and the Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, despite his endorsement of you. What's your reaction to that?
I have to be honest with you, I focused very little on resolutions. Frankly, I've been focusing...
Condemn socialism.
I understand. I think the focus is on the work at hand. I can tell you I am someone who is a democratic socialist. I've been very open about that. And I know there might be differences about ideology, but the place of agreement is the work that needs to be done to make New York City affordable. That's what I look forward to.
And I want to clarify your answer to Stephen Nelson. He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist, and your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay. You can just say yes. Okay. Yeah. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
And Mr. President, I wanted to ask you...
Yeah, something weird's going on here. Mamdani nods along as President Trump says New York City will be cooperating with ICE operations to get illegal alien criminals out. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Oh, okay. I think he's going to help fund New York if they cooperate, because Mamdani can't do anything without Trump. So he's not going to fund New York socialism, but he's going to fund the things they need, because Mamdani's been asking for money. That's my take on this. I don't know. I could be wrong. Hey, going, George. Good to see ya. Ruff, good to see ya. Okay, McAmia says this is one of Australia's state schools. This is what multiculturalism has done to our country. There are lots of schools in Australia like this. Yep, lots and lots of them. Anywho, doesn't look like Australia anymore, I'm telling you now. Okay, General Michael Flynn said, now what? Candace Owens said urgent. 2 days ago I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. Now who's after her now? Who's going to assassinate her? Is it the French government, the Israelis, or the bee people, or TPUS? I don't know. She's just accused. She's throwing things. She's throwing mud, hoping something sticks, and I don't understand this. Okay, 2 days ago she was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government after determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple. I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. Why didn't you take it to the FBI? In short, this person claims the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I'm told there is one Israeli that is on this assassination squad and the plans were formalised. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government apparatus. Further, at this point, the person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Possard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorised professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. But I have more specific information which is definitively verifiable, should they care to reach out to me. To the brave official in France who did this because they were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life, may God bless you truly, let all be revealed. Ah, holy shit. Lol, you're so cooked. Candace, can you please post any of these receipts? Okay, never will she do this, okay? I can assure you that the super sleuth diggers across the internet will put it all together like Ian Carroll and others have done, finding Google searches out of Israel around Charlie Kirk's assassination. That's a dig. Yeah, a lot of people do fall for her. Wow. She's clearly suffering from psychosis episode veering on paranoid schizophrenia. Either that or she's a sociopathic grifter. Both warrant intervention. Candace, you have a mental illness. Conspiracy of a French plot to have you assassinated by an Israeli hitman, of course. Quit social media, write TV, movie, sci-fi plots, as you are disconnected from reality. Oh, holy cow. Get in there and make it about you. Holy cow. There's a lot of people going at her at the moment. Okay, why is Australia so retarded? This is the reason. Too many liberal, left-leaning foreigner people as well in our government. I bet you they've all been to university. Again, Australians versus the agenda. We're so screwed. This is the new Liberal Party. They're all women. Oh, dear God. Can we not have some men in there? Okay, sorry, I'm a bit off this morning, guys. Don't mind me. Okay, the Dusty Bogans said the Suns are heading out tonight for another flag run. Ooh, it's been a week since I banged an Aussie flag up on the streets. And, mate, I'm keen as mustard to smash a Guinness, spark a Winnie Blue and catch up with me best mates. That's living the Aussie dream, mate, and that could be you. You can jump in with us anytime. Say good day in our Telegram vetting page and get connected. We're bringing back Australia. So these guys are hanging flags everywhere. Way to go, mate. And here in Australia still, Francie Nancy said farmers are blocking Jacinta Allen's transmission company Victoria TCV personnel from entering properties earmarked for compulsory access under the VNI West project, saying the process is unfair and unjust. Farmers are operating on a roster system so they can continue to protect each other's properties and look after their own farming businesses and their personal well-being. Spread the word to help support our farmers. So the farmers are getting together to stop the government, okay? Good on them. Okay, Reverend Jordan Wells. Here's my problem with Candace Owens and why I'm done. I used to love Candace. Like many of you, I was in the trenches when she was still on YouTube with 12 viewers. I joined Blexit because of her. I cheered when she got the big platforms. But I love God more than I love any influencer, and right now Candace is straight up grieving the Holy Spirit. The moment that made her famous, she's torching it. The movement that made her famous, she's torching it. The president who invited her to the White House, she's stabbing in the back. She is. He did invite her to the White House, right, a long time ago when she was younger, or a few years ago. Okay, but she's been stabbing him in the back ever since. The one man who took a chance on her when nobody else would, Charlie Kirk, is barely cold in the ground. She's monetising his death like it's content. Charlie gave her a stage, gave her a career, gave her a future. And a thank you note, slandering his grieving widow, accusing his wife, his friends, his team of a cover-up, spreading wild lies that he hated Israel and was secretly becoming Catholic, like she's the anointed prophet who gets to speak for the dead. There might be 1% truth in some conspiracy circles, but even if there was 20%, you don't do this to a widow. You don't drag a broken-hearted wife through the mud for clicks and subs. That's not truth-seeking, that's demonic. I'm a loyal person. Friendship is sacred to me. Apparently that's old-fashioned now. So yeah, I renounce it all. Unfollowing, unsubscribing, done. Candace built her entire brand on personal responsibility. Well, this is hers. Protect the widow, honour the dead, fear God. This is the hill I'll die on. There you go. She was holding the Jerusalem Post. When she was all for Israel, by the way, she was. And then she turned. So everyone's jumping all over the place, you know. This is what I mean by flip-floppers. Hello, Candace. By the way, she did start a website many, many years ago where she doxed kids. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Mac J, how you going? Good to see ya. Awakened Outlaw said we know that this account originates in... Oh, this thing. Okay, this has been going all over Twitter. This is all I can see at the moment. That's why I'm having trouble finding news. We now know this account originates in Austria. The person running it doesn't want anyone to know because it blows a massive hole in their shtick. Republicans against Trump. Here we go. Because X did something where when you held a thing, you know, over the thing, you got where they were from, right? It's not that, is it? Oh, wow. What? Okay. No, thanks. It's all right. I'll go back to where I was. Shit, I thought that was something interesting. Instead it was, well, it was still interesting, but... Yeah, so apparently you were holding your mouse over them and they'd come up where they're from. And someone found retards in Australia, or retards, you know, of the internet, whatever it is. I find retards was Australian. I'm Australian too. We all have interest in American politics. Do you know why? Because they're the leaders of the free world, mate. Whatever happens there happens everywhere else. So... Like, I love America. Some people don't, but I do. Il Donaldo Trumpo said, checkmate. Apparently this was another one who's not in America. Eric Doherty said, breaking, President Trump and AG Pam Bondi just asked a federal court in Florida to release the Epstein transcripts that are currently sealed. The filing comes barely 2 days after Trump signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The DOJ is now arguing the new law overrides a law that allowed these documents to remain sealed. Huge backfire on the left. Huge. So the ones they were trying to keep sealed would be the ones that implicate them. That's what I think. Okay, Cat Turd said we did it. She's going to take the $25 million and run. Good riddance. Marjorie Taylor Greene is resigning or been fired. I don't know which one, because I'm hearing two different things. How you going, Jake? And Boink, how you going? What a name. Okay. Truth Hammer Forever said, let me break down a few thoughts on why I think MTG slamming the door on the way out and saying Trump has no plan is a dishonest and bitch move. Hillary hates our guts, Obama hates our guts, Soros hates our guts, Gates hates our guts. We're going to be in re-education camps. That's not something I'm going to forget just because a few years have gone by. Personally, I've never been a fan of using language like the plan because my autistic mind thinks it's kind of dumb and illogical. In life, we make many plans. We are constantly trying to achieve things, sometimes winning, sometimes losing. Well, the plan changes as things happen. That's normally how plans go. Trump is a man who makes plans or he would have lost and been wiped out long ago. Some plans work, some don't. No plan survives contact with the enemy, embraces the core truth that there are things that we want to achieve, but the road to get there is often disrupted. Our plans must flex and flow around the opposition that gets in our way. This is more true in politics and power than most other areas. We are fighting a tug of war with people who sold their souls for power and money and threw in with anti-US globalist interests. The only reason they held them at bay and even pushed them back in many areas is because Trump and people aligned with him made plans and risked everything to make them work. Not that long ago, MTG was a nobody. To now look at the public and tell them that Trump has no plan is deep betrayal and repudiation of all we have accomplished so far. And an attempt to destroy the unity that is the only potential power that can still carry us forward to finish the job. From education reform to military reform to housing and banking reform to prison reform. Nobody in power gave a shit about fixing any of that until MAGA came together and rallied around Trump. Finish the mission, stay the course, and tell the truth about how we got this far. So true. Okay, and Department of War, I found this interesting, the Night Stalkers. The 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment continually trains to support missions preserving our freedom around the world, anytime, anywhere. Isn't there a Twilight Zone episode called Night Stalkers, where a man is come back from the war, he's having an episode when every time he falls asleep, he has an episode where his soldier team comes back and kills everyone. He's going, Charlie's in the light, Charlie's in the light. Anyway, the 80s Twilight Zone. I'm going off on all sorts of tangents this morning. I don't know where my brain's at. I didn't sleep well last night. My sourdough kept me up. Sorry, guys. C3 said the majority of this is fraud. We never had a revenue problem. We have a fraud problem. I'm having a retard moment this morning. Don't mind me. Gunther Eagleman said, this is the problem, the national debt. What if it never was a revenue problem but a fraud problem? Interesting. Tommy Robinson said, oh no, BBC loses 1.1 billion, pounds, not dollars, as millions of homes refuse to pay the licence fee amid bias storm. Yes, after them, oh my God, I'm really having a retarded morning. After them making shit up about Trump and cutting all that footage down to make him look bad, right, they're losing money. People are cancelling their licence. Because in Britain you have to have a licence, TV licence. Awakened Outlaw said, file this gem under things you couldn't make up if you tried. Here the President of France, Macron, explains what's happening in Ukraine while completely unaware he's holding the map upside down. I can't, even with the clowns. Okay, if he's holding the map upside down, right, how is anyone trusting him to arrange an assassination? It's been mirrored, most likely due to being downloaded directly from Macron's YouTube, altered and reposted under a different account, evident from several watermarks. Okay. Where are the watermarks? I can't see them. Can anyone else? I don't know. Okay. It's funny. Cat Turd said she'll now be anti-Trump media personality. Take it to the bank, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's resigning, apparently. I'm hearing both. She's resigning and she's being fired. Christopher F. Rufo said cancelling TPS for Minnesota Somalis is a great start. Next, review all asylum, refugee and citizen applications for any hint of fraud or technical error. Then initiate denaturalisations and mass deportations up to the furthest limits of the law. They have to go home. And there's a reason for that. Matt Van Swol said, do you understand what happens when we remove all illegal aliens from the country? Wages for Americans explode. Wait times plummet. School class sizes cut in half. The auto insurance rates nosedive. Affordability, home ownership skyrockets. Food stamp rolls collapse. Grocery prices fall. DMV lines cut in half. Traffic disappears. English spoken everywhere. All violent crime drops substantially. Organ transplant waiting lists shorten dramatically. Teen summer jobs make a massive comeback. Trade schools flood with American kids. Birth rates spike. Couples can finally afford homes. Every single thing gets better. Every single thing. I'm dreaming of that day. For America, for Australia, for England, for everywhere, Canada, all of our nations, where English is supposed to be spoken. Not 100 different languages when you're on the train. It sounds like, I don't know, bees buzzing, I don't know. Not that I get on a train, but, you know. Hey, my head, where's my head at, man? Seriously, this morning. Laura Ingram said this is a good start. Anyone who steals federal dollars through these snap scams should be punished to the fullest extent of the law, and if they're not US citizens, immediately deported. Deputy? Oh, shit. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to, make this a quick stream. I can't even talk. Since the 1st of October, USDA has blocked over 450 counterfeit Snap retailer EBT terminals, accounting for more than $23 million in fraudulent transactions. To those who say Snap fraud doesn't exist, guess again, and it ends now. Apparently, Snap recipients had to reapply. That's all they had to do, right? When the government opened up, they had to reapply because they're trying to root out the fraud. Okay? And I can't talk. Oh, it's bloody hilarious. I'm having a blonde moment and I'm a redhead. Okay. That's funny. Sorry, it's not an insult to blonde ladies. I'm sorry. That's just something Australians have been saying for a while. Benny Johnson said Minnesota's Somali community has been caught funneling taxpayer dollars to the terrorist group Al-Shabaab overseas by falsely diagnosing children with autism through Medicaid. What in the hell? Look at the insane spike in claims. 2018, 3 million. 2023, 399 million. Within this same time period, autism centres skyrocketed from 41 to 328, with many of them being in Somali communities. Your tax dollars are being stolen and shipped over to people who hate us and want us dead. You should be furious. This is a direct result of careless immigration policies. We must ramp up mass deportations and halt all legal immigration. I agree with that. All immigration for a while until we get shit sorted out. Yeah, I really do believe that. That's one thing I know, okay? Lozzie B said, Craig says my attitude does not reflect the attitude of New Australia and that I need to assimilate into my own country that my ancestors came to on the first ship, built from nothing, defended, protected and bled for. While groups of migrants are terrorising, harming and killing Aussies while my culture and way of life is being erased, Craig says I should be celebrating the diversity. Fuck off, Craig. Craig Thomas said you might be a citizen, but your attitudes do not reflect the culture of Australia. Why can't you assimilate and celebrate our diversity? Get stuffed, mate. We are not supposed to be. We're already assimilated, thank you very much. It's the other people that are coming in that need to assimilate. Thank you very much. And more on Candace Owens from Avi Yamini, who is an Israeli, okay? Just so everyone's clear, this man is an Israeli, okay? He's an Australian one. Not that it matters. But anyway. Anyone else notice Candace Owens quietly dropped her Weinstein investigate? Remember she interviewed Weinstein? The moment it pointed to Qatar instead of Israel. I'm sure it's nothing. Nathan Livingston, Milk Bar TV, thinks that Candace Owens pushes Harvey Weinstein to name who is behind him being convicted rapist, cough the Jews, cough. It backfires instead, leading to the Qatari government. Oh dear. Not everything is Israel, okay? Like, I know they do things wrong, okay? But not everything is them, okay? There is deep state. They are all over the world. They are all different nationalities, okay? Just so you know. I need a sip of my tea because talking too much makes me cough. Coughing too much makes me talk. Oh, geez, Hev, you need to go back to bed this morning. It is Sunday morning. I've been up since 6 when I realised my sourdough overproofed. Okay. Anyone would think I've been drinking last night? Too much, way too much. Cat Canada said your stagnating living standards have nothing to do with Donald Trump or whatever boogeyman the CBC tells you to blame. Vance is right. JD Vance said, and with all due respect to my Canadian friends, though whose politics focus obsessively on the United States, don't we all? Your stagnating living standards have nothing to do with Donald Trump or whatever boogeyman the CBC tells you to blame. The fault lies with your leadership, elected by you. That goes for Australia too. Yep. But I'm obsessive with the United States because I love the United States. I grew up with the United States. Movies, music, everything. Everything. So yeah, I'm gonna defend it. Not necessarily the movie. Oh well, the old movies were good, but the newer ones not so much. Okay, I think I should just continue reading the news before I go off on another tangent that doesn't make any sense. Alex Bruesewitz said President real Donald Trump demonstrated his commitment to serving all Americans by meeting with Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani today. Briefly, meeting him in person also revealed that his angry tough guy routine is totally performative. He was quite nice and respectful. New York City would benefit if he set aside that facade moving forward, but we'll see what happens. Who was he talking about? Zohran or Donald Trump? I don't know. It's up to you. Okay, who's this? Why am I getting all these? This person thinks the wheels are coming off the Trump presidency. Okay. Alex Bruesewitz. Charlie Gasparino is one of the most profoundly incompetent talking heads on TV, this person here. This expert wrongly predicted Trump's downfall in the 2024 primaries and in general claimed his tariffs would crash the economy. And he made countless other idiotic forecasts that never materialised. How he still has a job is baffling. Because he thinks the wheels are falling off President Trump. No, they're not. Keep watching. Kari Lake said, America, how do you feel sending $60 million of your hard-earned tax dollars to the NGO Radio Free Asia so they can produce news for viewers in Asia using expensive broadcasting equipment you bought, only to find out they took the money, stopped producing the news and are giving away the equipment. They're auctioning HD cameras worth thousands for 10 cents. US Agency for Global Media, the agency I oversee, will not tolerate this abuse of the American taxpayer. I have ordered a team of auditors to enter RFA offices and find out where every penny you paid them has gone. See the letter below. I encourage you to call Congress, express your thoughts on funding NGOs who do this. Okay. The letter down below. Must be on the next one. Yep. Jesus. Can I buy one? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, that's abusing the American. Yeah, we need you back at Doge. Elon Musk, hello. That doesn't sound good. Wow. That's crazy. Imagine that. I'm sure all our countries do this sort of thing. I wonder where the money for transgenders in, say, Pakistan goes to. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Okay. Andy knows, said Jack Posobiec asked NYC Mayor-elect Mamdani about when his campaign proposed shifting tax burdens from the outer boroughs to more expensive homes in richer and whiter neighbourhoods.
A number of times about it on the campaign was shifting the tax burden for property taxes from what he called minority communities to white-based communities and putting more taxes on white people. I also noticed that in your acceptance speech you didn't mention anything about America or Christians or white people in general, and so I didn't know if that was one of the policies that you guys had spoken about.
We focused on affordability. We focused on the cost of living crisis. What I will say is that I am very much interested in property tax reform because what we see right now in New York City is a system that is so inequitable that it can't even stand up in court. And the President and I spoke about the importance of not only building more housing, but also making sure that regulation of housing is something that is manageable to actually get through and not the cause of yet another weight that we see in our city.
To be clear, you're continuing this idea of race-based property taxes.
No, to be very clear,
that's what you said.
No, the use of the term was a description of neighborhoods, not a description of intent.
So you intend to tax the whiter neighborhoods more?
No, we intend to create a fair property tax system because we want a New York City that is not only fair and equitable, but also one that every New Yorker can afford.
In other words, he's bent over to Trump. That's how I see it. Oh, dear. He's bent over. Yes, Trump. Yes, sir. Whatever you want, mate. Okay, and Miles Chong. Japan is taking a firm stance against mass migration to defend its tough deportation policies. The head of the National Police Agency has been compelled to disclose the unfiltered crime statistics. The numbers speak from themselves. Foreigners are committing crimes at a significantly higher rate than Japanese citizens. Are you surprised? I'm not. Clown World said, boss, we're all in the same boat. His boat? Our boat. I thought that was funny. I don't know why. Okay, that's normally how it goes, though. Anyway, I think that's about it for the news that I've got. Anyway, we can go over here on the Gateway Pundit and have a bit of a look over here. Although I do think I should wrap it up and go home. Go to bed. Go home and go to bed. I am home. I just need to go to bed. An intriguing detail emerges that explains the exact date Marjorie Taylor Greene has chose to resign. 5th of January. Okay, for anyone who wanted to know. Okay, Supreme Court overturns ruling against Texas congressional redistricting. Okay, hang on a sec. A new congressional map is expected to give Texas 5 more Republican seats in Congress after the US Supreme Court on Friday sided with Texas, overturning a lower court's order that blocks congressional redistricting efforts by the state legislature. Okay. They said it was a legal race-based gerrymander. Supreme Court Justice Samuel A. Alito Jr. on Friday issued a brief pause on a lower court order blocking a new congressional map in Texas that would give Republicans an edge in winning 5 additional House seats. The order will give the High Court time to consider an appeal by Texas, which is seeking to overturn the ruling by a panel of federal judges. Texas formally asked the Supreme Court to overrule the decision on Friday evening. Alito asked those challenging the map to submit a response by Monday. The justice's ruling came as the window to act on the map was running out. Candidates face a December 8 deadline to file to run in the Texas races, and the state needs to notify voters of any changes to maps well before voting begins in March. Primaries. Republicans have a 219 to 214 majority in the House, so only a handful of races could determine which party controls the chamber. Meanwhile, California is attempting to redraw their congressional map to disenfranchise more than 6 million Trump voters in that state. Wow. Okay. An ideological president in an ideological world? I don't know. Where's the news? Like, is there any news? Was Romania's corrupt liberal globalist President Nicolae Dan complicit in Romania's December 2024 electoral coup? I don't know. Do you? UK Epstein soap opera. Disgraced former Duchess Sarah Ferguson weighing 6 figures offers for a tell-all interview as Buckingham Palace fears she may go rogue. Yeah, I think I'm at my limit today. Yeah. Although President Trump just did, say about MTG, I think she's a nice person. He always says that about people right before they come undone. Yeah, he was the one behind putting Epstein behind bars in the first place. Well, there you go. Here, look, it's making news now. Candace Owens is making the news. Candace Owens alleges there's an active assassination plot against her led by the French President Emmanuel Macron. Sorry, I'm going to just hang on this for a minute. I've got to read it. Conservative commentator Candace Owens has made a startling claim on social media, accusing we know, right? She currently has the #1 podcast in the world. That's funny because everyone else was censored. She's never been. In a post on X on Friday evening, Owens stated that she was contacted by high-ranking French government employee, like we know, okay, about the alleged scheme. It's had millions of views within hours, 66,000 likes. Calls for US authorities to investigate. Why didn't you send it to the FBI? Owens wrote 2 days ago, I was contacted. Yeah, we know what she wrote. She further alleged that an informant provided proof of their position within the French government. Yeah, but she always tells you to tune in for the proof. Next time. Okay. She also linked the claim to the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk on September the 10th. Wow, she's really made Charlie Kirk about herself, hasn't she? It's like she's the wife. I wonder if she's jealous. I wonder if she liked Charlie Kirk. Okay, anyway, suggesting that Kirk's killer had trained with the French Foreign Legion's 13th... Yeah, okay, we read that. Tyler Robinson, 22, has been charged with capital murder for Kirk's assassination and is awaiting trial in prison. Owens has repeatedly expressed doubt about his guilt. Additionally, Owens claims that she is unsure who in the American government can be trusted. As her source claims, some of the leaders are aware. She did not elaborate on who that means. Well, surely she could trust Trump. She says he rang her not long ago. I mean, seriously, come on. Okay, anyway, we know what she wrote. I just said it all right? The GIGN, who she's accusing, is an elite tactical unit of the French National, Gendarmerie. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, established in 1973 following the Munich Olympics hostage crisis, they specialise in counter-terrorism hostage rescue. I can't talk. Surveillance of national threats, protection of high-profile individuals and operations against organised crimes. She's accused. Her accusation comes amid an escalating feud with the Macrons. I wonder if this has anything to do with the court case. She's currently being sued by the couple in a Delaware court, despite living in Tennessee. As of Saturday morning, there's been no public response from the French government, the Macrons or US authorities regarding these allegations. The Gateway Pundit has been unable to find any independent corroboration of the assassination allegations. Anyone can... Look, I could say I'm getting death threats, right? But until I show proof, I don't expect you to believe me. For goodness sake. Yeah, I get very funny when I'm tired, Deb. I get really, retarded. And I am a bit today, hey. I really do feel like I didn't sleep well last night. I was worried about my... And I had every reason to worry about my sourdough, right? Because it ended up overproofing. So, it's sitting in the fridge right now in a bread tin waiting for the second proof. I don't know if that's the way you should do it once it overproofs. We're proofing it again. Oh, I'm going to learn some good lessons in this one. Yeah, anyway, let's go to the comments because I don't think I can do any more. Holy shit. I'm having a bit of a morning. A real bit of a morning. Kai can't stay the whole show. Okay. Appreciate you being here anyway. Even if you can't stay. And Taz. And what's everyone's verdict on Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lucette? I don't know. She's been on The View and touting left-wing weird stuff. So, yeah. I don't know. Turning on Donald Trump. I don't agree with that. So, Taz said, Hev from Wigan, England. Ah, good to see you. And Carl, Anthony, how you going? Deb said, did you film it, Hev? Well, you know what I did? Yeah, being drunk, I'm overtired is like being drunk, and that's how I am, right? This is what I'm like when I'm drunk, right? My thoughts are going everywhere, yeah, okay? So you get the point, right? I did film part of it and then forgot to film the rest of it. Because you got to get, when you make sourdough, you got to mix all the ingredients together, then leave it for 2 hours for the flour and the water and everything to incorporate into each other. Then you go back and you start doing these lift and folds, right? Pull and folds. I don't know, something anyway. And you do that every 30 minutes to an hour. right? And I did the first bit, the first pull and fold, the second pull and fold, and then forgot to do the third and fourth one. And also forgot to show you the proofing. But yeah, I'm learning a lesson with this one, so don't mind me. I'll work it out. I'm going to bake it anyway. We're going to see. I'm not wasting my flour. Because they said, look, if it does overproof, you can just bake it in a loaf tin and it should be all right, like half sort of all right anyway. The first one wasn't all right either, so it was a bit flat and a bit heavy and, you know, not light and airy like it should be. So I'll get there. It normally takes me a few goes with bread to get it right. Okay? But yeah, I'll try and remember to do the next one because I'm going to do another one. You know I'm going to do another one. I've got to get this right now. I've got to get it right. Alex said, my laptop's going really slow for some reason, so I may not be able to chat as much tonight. Might have to reboot. Oh. Alex said, I know. Hopefully you can make another one. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, that's what I reckon. Hey, Coppercoin, how you going? From Texas. Cassandra said, cool, 1940s car for sale, 2 blocks away, Temptation. Not into cars past 71. Oh. Out to lunch said, I used the 1-800 number call. They have to talk to you when lonely you could, that is. Yeah. If you're lonely, you can ring the 1-800, whatever it is. Should be 1-800 lonely people or something. I don't know. Sorry, I'm picking hairs off my microphone. I have cats and the hair goes freaking everywhere. Cassandra said, excuse to stop her macaroni investigation, blame it on a Trump call. Yeah, you never know. I think it's got something to do with that, though. Accusing them of a death threat while they're suing her. Yeah, I think she's trying to get out of something. Lisette said, Bridget Macron might be intersex, meaning she has male and female organs. If so, Candice might not win that court case. Yeah, you never know. Could be that she could be a woman and just really, you know, really, really ugly one. I don't know. Myself, personally, I don't know. I'm waiting to see what happens. I am Kai said, when I need to talk about something, I just remind myself that nobody gives a shit and try to carry on. Yeah, I do that a lot too, Kai. Alex said, that sounds cool, even if you just go and have a look, Cassandra. And please ask your doctor. Yeah, please see your doctor if pain persists always. How you going, J1? And Jen, how you going? Didn't see you in there. God love you. Yeah, Ken, always, Muskrat, research and use discernment always. Always. How you going, Randy? Cassandra said he looks tamed. New York City mayor, incumbent, standing behind DJ. Yeah, well, he didn't let him sit. He was standing. I think DJT has it all over him. And George is here. Trump keeps his friend close and his enemies closer. Yes, exactly. Ruff said, hi, front loader washing machines. Wear your clothes out, rubs them together for hours and still come out dirty. I do not like front loader washing machines. I like a top loader. I like my clothes to sit in that water and turn around all over the place. Rinse out. Rinse a couple of times even maybe, you know. But I like my clothes in that water. And I like using hot water for some things, you know. Use cold water for everything else. But, you know, say you were in the garden doing some, you know, gardening work and you're filthy. You're absolutely filthy. I need hot water, right? Anyway. Yeah, and on these new machines, you can't just pick hot water and whatever level of the washing machine you want. You've got to pick the right mode. And then it goes on for hours and you're going like, I just wanted me bloody clothes washed, man. Anyway. I am Kai said, I'm pushing through, so am I, Kai. Debbie, how you going? I think he's part of Central Casting. Which one? Oh, you think Mamdani might be? Interesting thought, Debbie. Good on ya. Okay, Muskrat said Canada isn't Canada anymore either. We need to wake up. Albert Pike's letters coming true. Yes. Cassandra said, I think Candace is a clown in America, in my honest opinion. Oh, yeah, she's something. She's something, all right. I don't know what, but she's something. Oh, shit. Something's going on. It's really weird, and I'm watching it all, right? I'm trying not to judge people, right? So I'm trying not to, but I can't help myself, you know, as we do. Anyway, I'll get on with the comments. J1 said they all got big hands. Lucette said, good to see the rose and colours is happening in Australia too. Yes. Yeah, Muskrat, Candace is suffering from postpartum, possibly. Yeah, she could be. God knows. She's going through something because she wasn't this nuts like months ago. She seemed like okay. And then she's sort of gone off the deep end a little bit. I don't know. And Mac J, he going. And Cassandra said, I unsubbed her in the minute she turned against Trump. Yeah, that's what, yeah. Yep. Alex said, I remember that. Doxing anyone is horrible, especially children. Yeah. Boinkbot, how you going? Alex said, I've never been keen on her. Yeah, Deb said, great, she got kids too now. Jake, how you going? Menacing Muskrat said, this is a great info channel. Rumble, People's Voice, yep. Cassandra said, and this American loves her new Aussie mates here. Oh, God, love ya. I love America, seriously. I don't know, I'd be torn between living in America and Australia right now, right? Seriously. I love Australia. I really love Australia. But I'd love to go and at least see America, you know? Menacing Muskrat said, remember we're watching a movie? Yeah. There you go. Thank you. The Q site is in there. Menacing Muskrat put the link in there. Kai said, last time I was doxxed, I went to solitary for 181 days. Judge's nephew. Oh, no. Cassandra said, you were more wise than me, Alex. R.E. Candace discernment. I was fooled for a bit. Kai said, put tyre marks down in long ways. What are you talking about there? Deb said, the sourdough that haunts Hev. Yeah. In the middle of the night it was. Boinkbot said, Hev's voice is so Aussie. It really is, isn't it? Yeah, Deb, The Haunting of Hev by Sourdough. Oh, shit. Lucette said MTG is left with $25 million, not bad going, but how did she amass that fortune in such a short time? Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? Oh, yeah, the Ingersoll Lockwood website, Muskrat. Janelle said, just Googled, use Brave, lol, yep, Hev Nightcrawlers episode 4 of season 1. There you go, see? I knew there was one. And the guy's like, he had been to the war and he had to step over his dead soldier mates to get out. Well, he ran. He left them all behind, right? So he had a guilty conscience. And every time he fell asleep, it all came back and came true. And the soldiers came back and were shooting everyone. So, yeah. Alex said, not seen that one, but we should have another Twilight Zone watch with Hev. Yes. Deb said, have we had a happy smoke today, Hev? I'm not going to answer that in the grounds I might incriminate myself. How's that? Boinkbot said, I wonder why she loves Trump so much I can't name one Australian politician. I can name heaps of them, but they're all like, it's depressing looking at Australian politics. Probably because I live here. It's more interesting to look at American politics. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look at both though. Like I do talk a lot about Australian politics too, but yeah, a lot of our bureaucrats too. I know a lot of them. I've watched a few of them hearings at Parliament, and geez, they're freaking hopeless. Okay, Janelle said, yes, Alex, I used to enjoy The Twilight Zone. Deb said, I think I've seen that Twilight Zone show, yep. It was all the, short stories. It was the 1980s version of Twilight Zone. Alex said, I watched a few of her videos ages ago and just couldn't get into it, she has gone full off the rails. Cassandra, yep. Rolf said Twilight Zone was great, sometimes way ahead of time. It definitely was. Hey, Wall Stew, how you going? Hello from drizzly Melbourne. It's just come clear here in Sydney. It has been drizzly for the last 2 or 3 days, and it's just cleared up and it's going to be humid and hot. And that's not going to help me when I'm this tired and feeling like I'm drunk. Alex said, I used to love it too. They were telling us way back then things were going to come. Yep. Yep, menacing. I remember the Twilight episode about the earwig entering a woman's ear. Oh, I don't remember that one. Menacing said, no, Hev, you're doing great. We love you. Deb said, Puff the magic dragon. Alex said, we have truly stepped into the Twilight Zone nowadays. Nutters running the nut house. Oh, they are. Deb said, I hope it's because of Magic Dragon. Yeah, Deb. Yeah, you know. I was already tired. I might as well make myself more tired and have a nap during the day. Why not? AWOL said, George and Hev too. Deb said, yes, blondes have more fun. Alex said, sounds horrid, muskrat, creepy crawlies in the air. Rolf said, Swalwell wants to run for California governor. I'm having a Fang Fang moment. Oh, no. He was bang, bang, and Fang Fang. Yep. Chinese spy. Swalwell. Yes, AWOL Stew, Puff the Magic Dragon lived by the sea. Well, this Puff the Magic Dragon lives in the mountains. Kai said, I'm skipping blonde going from Auburn to white, no stopovers. Me too. Yep. Peg's Place said so many con jobs going on in the USA. Wonder how many are in Australia. Oh, a lot. A lot. There's a lot of con jobs. There's a lot of money laundering. There's a lot of BS, I'm telling you. I think Australia's worse than what we thought it was. Muskrat said, did you see the episode on salvation regarding 3... Is it 3i Atlas or 3-1 Atlas? Was almost word for word. No. Deb said, and at Hev's house too. AWOL Stew said, I'm blocked from Avi. Oh, no. Kai said, Puff just choked me almost to death. Cassandra said, lol, Kai. RE, straight to white. Yes, you do. When you're a redhead, you don't go grey. You go from red to white, okay? I've earned my white stripes. Oh. Kai said, got more white on my chin whiskers than anything. Looks like shitty dye job. Oh, no. Deb said, I've always wanted to go to where Dr. Quinn was filmed, Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, I'd love to go to Colorado. Menacing said, if the US Trump goes down, so will the rest of the world. Exactly. AWOL said, the mighty Quinn. Kai said, it's already going down. This is a movie to entertain the kids along the way. No. We're going to get to the precipice, which I don't know, I was at there a long time ago, but hey, the other people who weren't aware have to get to the precipice. And that's going to test my patience to no end. Out to lunch said she was a medicine woman. Rolf said, I want to go to Meow Wolf in Denver. Santa Fe, New Mexico was great. I don't know. I'd like to travel all over the US, actually. That would be interesting. Like take a year or two and have a look everywhere, you know? Deb said, yes, we need to have a night show so we in Australia can get drunk and have fun too. I don't drink, Deb. This is me when I'm drunk because I'm tired, and being tired is equal to being drunk. Kai said, 2040, the genetic bottleneck hits and the greys begin to evolve from our leftovers. Oh, no. Doesn't sound good. Deb said, I wanted to become medicine woman because of Dr. Quinn. Yeah, I wanted to become a, what do you call it? Forensic investigator because of Scully. I really seriously looked into it and then thought, no, if I come across a scene of dead children, I'm not going to handle that very well. I don't know. Or even elderly, or even anyone really. I don't know if I could handle it. Dead people. Out to lunch said Dr. Quinn was one I remember. 2 always was that way. J1 said, Stu, I'm sitting in a puddle of mud watching a massive storm just wiped out my campsite again. Oh, no, J1. Alex said, that's awful, praying those kids get home safely. Yeah, Deb said, you do have such adventures, J1. Hey, Mustang Mike, how you going? Alex said, oh, no, sorry to hear that, mate. Sending love and prayers. Hope you get back up and running again soon, definitely. AWOL Stu said, I love storms, but when they wreak havoc like that, it sucks. Mate, ride it out. Hope it goes away soon. Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. Yeah, prayers for your safety, mate. Cassandra said, love you, heaven all. Thanks so much for these funny lives. Yeah, this one this morning was just way out there, I think. I'm not normally this way out there. Rolf said, because she called Macron's wife a man. Yeah, that's why they're suing. Yep. AWOL said, I've seen this fairy floss spider web fluffy stuff drifting around on the breeze up on the Murray. Oh, wow. Kai said, I'm going to go and start cooking dinner. I'll be listening, though. Much love, many blessings. You too, Kai. Muskrat said, Bridget is a man, most likely Macron's papa. Oh, no. But wouldn't that be insane? Oh, okay. AWOL Stu said, on closer inspection, it was wriggling around by itself. Oh, wow. Alex said, yummy, hope you enjoy. You always cook something nice. Take care. God bless. See you soon. Love to you and Tony, Kai. Deb said, Hev is very funny today. Yes, I am very funny in the head. Alex said, yeah, not sure she's a man, but she's definitely a pedo. Okay, I just jumped somehow. Where am I up to? Oh, no. I'll get there. What the hell? How far back was I here? AWOL Stu said she got a bun in the oven. Deb asked, have my cats got my tongue? Mustang said that was terrible. What happened to Charlie Kirk? Open murder, just horrible. Yep. Deb said being overtired is like being drunk. Yes, that's what it is. I got about 4 hours sleep, but I'm really not good when I haven't had enough sleep, right? Lucette said, you're sour over your overproof sourdough, Hev. Oh, yes, I am. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, Stu, exactly. Rolf said, strange Musk and Trump, MTG and Trump, not sure yet. Oh, the Musk and Trump, I think, was a show. Deb said, has new existential crisis overproof sourdough? Yes. Yep, my new existential crisis. It's now in the fridge doing, another proofing. I don't know. That's what they say to do. And I'm like, but it's already overproofed. What do? You overproof it again. Anyway. Yeah, Muskrat, we can make some crackers with it. No, I'm trying to still make a bread. Look, I'm going to go through this until I get it right? I've got to make my mistakes and learn from them until I get it right. Deb said, I find my little smoke mates making dinner can be fun. Yes. Shannon, how you going? I don't know why you weren't informed. You can ask YouTube that one. Alex said, wait, not to worry, Hev. Hopefully your next one will go well. I made Yorkshire puddings today and went a bit wrong, but now I know how to do it right next time. Well, that's exactly right. I know what I did wrong. At midnight last night, I should have been shaping my bread loaf, but I was so tired that by 11:30 I just crawled into bed. Yeah, I should have stayed up. I knew it looked right in the middle of the night last night. Rolf said, give the extra sourdough as starter dough out to friends. Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can. Yeah, good to see you, Shannon. You didn't get a notification. I don't know. Be asking YouTube. Hey, something's happened to my YouTube. When I am watching on my phone, the videos are dark, but all the videos underneath, when you hold it upright. The video itself I'm trying to watch is really dark, but everything underneath is really bright. And I don't know what the hell is going on, if it's my phone. I've tried rearranging settings in the phone, but it's still doing it. It's really dark and I can't see the video. Yeah, Deb said Hev is having an existential crisis. Shannon, not enough sleep. Yeah, and a overproof sourdough. Deb said the galah in the background's perfect right now, Hev. Yeah, it would be. Deb said that would be funny, put Candace in a place. AWOL Stu said, Hev, count some sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4. AWOL Stu said freeloader, they're the best. Oh, front freeloader. Free loader. I like the top loaders, man, really. Okay. Shannon said, good old mangle. Yeah, Deb, it's all tongue twisters today. Stu said it's easier to go to the op shop than to do washing. Oh, no. Cassandra said US washers are much faster than UK washers that go for hours. My mum's only goes for 30 minutes. Yeah, I just want a washer that does the job quick as possible so I can get the bloody clothes out on the line, you know. I don't know. Deb said, oh, our hard-working Aussie, our Shannon. Deb said it's a bit hard when Hev's filter is off. Yes, it's completely off right now. Alex said, oh, bless her, we'll try and send you a text next time, Shannon. Deb said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't know what we're talking about, but yeah, it is. AWOL Stu said America can... Oh, you don't want to go to America? You're not going to be persuaded? Okay. No, I'd love to go to America. I'd love to spend time over there and tour around and have a look. Hey, Conchega Yowie, I'll take the UK washer. Shannon said you're watching the 3 movies. Show disclosure, drip, drip, drip to a flood, hence the 600,000 sealed indictments. Yep. Lucette said, I'd like to live in Florida except for the medical costs. The NHS is free here in the UK and I have to use the NHS a lot because of health problems. Conchega said, Australia is Norfolk Island, mate, not this landmass. Peg's Place said America has done so many dodgy things to their own people. As much as I like it, I wouldn't go there. I would, definitely. That was the old guard. We're waiting for the new guard to take over. Okay, well, they already have. Donald Trump is in charge. But they've got to sort everything out first, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was their intel agencies. Aren't really intel. I'm sure there's something else disguised as intel agencies. Stu said, I love the dirt underneath my feet, not the dog shit I stepped in the other day. Good to have you here, big fella. Are you talking to Conchega? Yep. Lady Stardust, how you going? I remember that episode about the earwig. Good news is it come out. Bad news, it was a female and they laid eggs. That was the X-Files, wasn't it? Wasn't that the X-Files, not Twilight Zone? I remember an X-Files episode where that happened. Conchega Yowie says, so you wanted to be a medicine woman? Oh, okay. I'll leave that comment. Oh, yep, Jake, stay safe, everyone. Dark to light. Alex said, Harpo, she's repulsive. Remember when she wouldn't open a private road when people were dying in Hawaii and a girls' school in South Africa where so many bad things happened? Cassandra said, lol, earning your white stripes. Yes, I am earning my white stripes. That's what happens to redheads. Ruff said, 2 blondes. Oh, no, okay, I'm not going to read those jokes out. Alex said, that's even worse. I saw a video the other day of a woman who had a spider in her ear. Oh, no. Deb said, I wanted to be a nurse, but I fainted, so I had to leave St. John's Ambulance Cadets. Oh, no. Alex said, I did too because of Scully Hev. There you go. AWOL Stu said, I'll be the last thing they do charge me being AWOL. On 20 people ever got charged in Coxswain's logbook, and I'm proud to be AWOL. I did have an order to stay home by a medical officer. Deb said, yes, there are some amazing places in America to go see. And Canada. Yes. Menacing Muskrat, when you're going to do a live Hev, I jump on ostriches and everything. I won't be on for a couple of days. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe next time? Alex said stuff like that has always interested me, but I couldn't do that now, Hev. Deb said, I've always connected to America-India culture. There you go. Deb said it would have been easier to have had a watch party, 2 day less talking involved. Yeah, it would have been, yes. Yeah, Muskrat thinks Bridget is definitely a man. It's now Baphomet. Conchega said, like the F troop, the Hakawi tribe. Deb said, show us so we can learn from your mistakes, Hev. Oh. Conchega said, Hev, shaving your bread loaf, unusual. No, I'm not shaving it. Shaping? Not shaving? No, I don't think I said shaving it at all. I think shaping it was more, I don't know. Deb wants me to show. Okay, well, I'll try and, with bits left out, I'll try and record it, put it together, and just say it was a very failed attempt, okay? AWOL Stu said we're ahead of Adelaide in time, but behind in weather. It's all confusing. Yes. Menacing Muskrat said you're a sourdough warrior. Gold miners back in the day survived on sourdough. Yukon, Alaska. Yep. Conchega said, Deb, shaving her bread loaf. I would like to see that. I don't think I said shaving. Shaping? Deb said, I just want to watch Hev cooking. Shannon said, should I be taking advantage of Hev's state and slip some rude stuff in? No, don't do that. Alex said, I've always had everything set to dark mode, but not seen it where it has bright at the bottom. Can you send me a screenshot so I know what you mean? I might be able to help Hev. I will try, yes. Deb said, my new earbuds have ambient sounds like rain. Oh, no. Why? Deb's thinking the same thing as Shannon. Menacing Muskrat said, yeah, Alex, Hev's screen is 5x5 here too. Yeah, no, it's not on the computer. It's when I look at, like, when I'm watching videos of YouTube on my phone. It's doing some weird stuff. Lady Stardust said it could have been Tales from the Unexpected. Good to see you, Lady Stardust. But yeah, I think it was the X-Files. They were out in the snow in the Antarctica, and people were getting infected with a worm that crawled in their ear, and they had to insert another worm to kill the first worm. Anyway. Conchega he said, ciao, peeps. Good on you, Conchega. Alex said, when did you last turn your phone off, restart? It might need to restart. Yeah, it did it last night, restarted, and it was doing it yesterday, and then it restarted last night, still doing it today. Yeah, when I'm watching stuff on my phone. Shannon thinks Oprah's a man. Jake said, if you got a smartwatch linked to the phone, that's what it does to your phone, mess it up, I delete it. I don't have a smartwatch, I don't have anything like that, so... Deb said it has ocean sounds, day birds and night sounds. Well, it might be all right when you're trying to sleep. I don't know. Muskrat said we moved to the Okanagan and saw earwigs. I freaked out. Oh, no. Or an Andrew John. Oh, hey, Darren. How you going? Good to see you. It's been a while. Wow. Good to see you. Yeah, hope you recovered. Oh, goodness me. Deb said, Hev's worldwide tour coming too soon to you. Maybe. Mercy Muskrat said, we need to wake up. AWOL Stu said the worm turned. Mercy said, no, this is about a woman who wanted revenge and used an earwig. Oh. Ruff said, ex-Philippine mayor just sentenced to death for human trafficking. Oh, thank you, Ruff. Deb said it's awesome, though, to put you to sleep. Okay. Shannon said Baphomet. With that, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today because I am feeling like I have drunk too much alcohol when I haven't. I'm just tired. And, yeah, my head's not with it. So I shall be taking a day or two off and then I'll be back with some news. I might be live or it might be a video. I don't know. Look out for me anyway. Normal time, same bat channel. Okay, guys. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.